there, guys. This is Eli J. Brown, / Eli J. Brony, and here we are in 2006. Well, with the sets from 2006, some of the first sets that came out in 2006 that we are going to be looking over. I did already look over the Voya torrent, so yeah, there is that video already. So, we are now looking at the Piraka, the bad guys of the 2006 storyline. Alright, so from left to right we have Zaktan, the green one, Rydek, the black one, Hakan, the red one, Vizok, the blue one, Thok, the white one, and Avak, the brown one. Alright, so the Piraka are known as the gang, and I know that they all have special nicknames, but I can't remember them all. I mean, I know that Zaktan is the snake, Rydek is the tracer, Hakan is the bully, but I can't remember what the other ones are. Alright, so now let's get into these characters and show what is new and, new and also what features they have and what makes them unique among one another. Right, first, they contain a new main body piece. There are a total of 3 colors that come in the series. Of course, this torso piece would actually be released in more colors in the later years, but for this particular series, it's available in 3. It's available in gunmetal, which Zaktan and Rydek have. It's available in, actually, I goofed up. Gold in Zaktan and Rydek's case. Gunmetal in Avak and Hakan's case, though this is actually Hakan, I was pointing the wrong way. And silver for Vizok and Thok. And they also happen to be the very first series to feature different feet pieces among characters from the same series. And I'll show you that real quickly. The different types of feet that they have. There's a total of 2 different types of feet that the Piraka have, such as the webbed style feet, which Zaktan, Thok, and Avak have, and the clawed style, which Hakan, Rydek, and Vizok have. And of course, the clawed feet also have this additional coloring to them, to the toes. In Rydek's case, they're in gold. In Vizok's case, they're in silver. And in Hakan's case, they are in gunmetal. Another feature that they all have, the Dahmer sphere launchers. Now, each Piraka contains they each contain 4 lime green Dahmer spheres, but only one of them can be put into the launcher at a time. It's likely that 4 were added to each canister, just to act as spares, which is pretty good considering the chances that we're probably going to lose them after using them so many times. Well, of course, I didn't this time because I'm recording in the studio, and even so, I usually only shoot them in areas where they can't easily get lost. They feature this new arm piece where they can fold their weapon back, just like this, and they all have brand new weapons, but then again, that's really, it's usually the case where they contain new weapons. There have hardly ever been the case where canister sets would contain recycled weapons, but, some would in the future, but in this case, they're all brand new weapons. Although I don't think that these weapon pieces are ever used in any sets afterwards, though I could be wrong, but I can't think of any other sets that use the Piraka weapon pieces. And of course the Toanika would also have the Dahmer sphere launchers, although they would have some sort of add-on to them, like being able to hold more of the Dahmer sphere balls in the launcher. The Piraka each have different types of arms. They have one of the new style arm, which is referred to as a Piraka arm. At least I refer to it as a Piraka arm, and probably a lot of other people do too. And the other one is a Telemetru style arm piece, which is used over here. Although I don't think it really works out all that well. Although, when I was a kid and I built these, I would always have the Dahmer Sphere launchers be held like this, so that the Dahmer Spheres would not fall out as easily. Although I think that it also is possible to keep them from rolling out when you have them facing like this. Which way did you have them be facing? But this is the way that I'm doing it now, but I had them facing the other way when I had these as a kid. Now we do also contain, well, some new shades for the colors white and brown. Thok here is in a, well, he's kind of in a grayish white color. It's not the same white that we've had up to this point. It is a completely different shade of white, kind of a grayish white, so it's not the same white that you'd see on Kopaka or any of the new Jews. Although even though we would have this shade of white be used for Thok, the original shade of white would still be used in subsequent sets, so that was pretty good. It's just a slightly different white color. And in Avek's case, he introduces this reddish brown color, you know, being kind of a reddish brown, not exactly the same sort of brown that was used for Pohatu, the Mata brown. It's kind of a bit reddish, so it's pretty much not a perfect match. And Avek is also known for being the very last character in Generation 1 to be primarily brown. After Avek, we would never see a character that was primarily brown again, since Toa Inika Huki introduces Toa of Stone that are different colors other than brown. So, yep, final brown character of Generation 1. This is him. As for the color schemes that they all have, well, you can't see them all. Well, Zaktan has the same. Well, they do mostly have the same Metru colors, you know, the same Metru green for Zaktan, Metru blue for Vizok, and Metru red for Hakan. But in addition to the secondary colors that they have, Zaktan has this sand blue, or sand green color. Rydek has the dark gray color that is used, the newer bluish gray that was introduced in 2004. Vizok has a sand blue secondary color scheme, which is the same sand blue color that is used on the Matoran version of Matoro. So pretty much, if you got Matoro's Akaku and put it close to one of Vizok's joint pieces, it'd be a perfect match. Thok has the light blue color, the light blue Mata color that was used on Gali and Okama for his secondary color scheme. Hakan has the original red for his secondary color, and Avek has this kind of dark tan color used for his color scheme. Now, of course, getting back to the feet, because they have different styles of feet, they also are different heights. The Piraka that have this style of feet, the web style, are slightly taller. That is because the connection joint is actually slightly higher. Well, there are two connection points in the web style Piraka's feet, but the ones that you're supposed to add them to are slightly higher than the others. Though, of course, you could attach it a completely different way, such as having it be having this ball cup piece be facing the other way, which they do on Toa Mari New Peru in the following year. But yeah, because of that, it makes them slightly taller. Now here is a feature that all of the Piraka have, which is pretty much one of the main features of them. And that would be the fact that they all have glow-in-the-dark teeth and light-up eyes. I'm not going to show you the glow-in-the-dark teeth, but do take my word for it, they do work here. Though in order to have it work, you would need to put the teeth very close to the light before turning the lights off, so that they have plenty of light within them when you turn the lights out. As for the light-up eyes, well, some of them do still work, but not all of them do. It's quite sad considering that the canisters, as well as the instructions, say that the battery cannot be replaceable. So pretty much after long periods of usages, the eyes will pretty much eventually burn out and just will not work the way that they used to. But, you know, these were sets that came from over a decade ago. So I guess it's expected that they eventually will not work as good as they did when they were first released. Now, in addition to that, they do also have you try out the light-up eyes features on the canisters before you actually purchase them. You see, each of the Piraka canisters, I'm not going to show you one, though I do still have the Piraka canisters, but anyway, the Piraka canisters all had this special mask on the canisters, but you can't take it off until you actually open up the canister and just push some little tabs inside of the masks to get them to come off the canisters. Although once you do take them off, there really isn't anything else that you can do with them. They were just put on for the purpose of demonstrating how the light-up eyes worked. And before you actually purchase the set, you could try out using the light-up eyes by pushing on a button on the top of the canister where the light-up eyes were put in. And of course, once you open up the canister, you can take the light-up eyes out to put into the Piraka themselves. But, you know, the whole feature with using the light-up eyes, even in the store, pretty much would also extend the amount of time in which the light-up eyes are used. So that would pretty much mean that when you purchase the Piraka sets, even when they are new in box, you just do not know as to how much longer the light-up eyes are going to last, because some kids will have tried out the light-up eyes in the canisters before you actually purchase them. I'm not sure if that was the case for me, such as kids trying out the light-up features on the Piraka canisters on the store shelves, that would eventually be the ones that I buy. So that would mean that even before I purchase my Piraka canisters, other kids have touched the light-up eye feature and have basically added some wear to the light-up eyepieces. But they did work pretty well regardless for some time after I did purchase them. And of course, the light-up eyes would also be used in a few future sets, but just be warned, if you're going to wash the Piraka, I advise you to take the light-up eyes out first, even if they have already burnt out completely. Still recommended that you do that. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and next time I will look over the Toa and Nika. I'll see you all then.